Everybody, good morning. It is Thursday morning. Rise and shine. Good morning to ya. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 8 o'clock on the dot. I'm WESH 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather. And the tropics are starting again to become a bigger weather story. Watching out, way out there, kind of central Atlantic, or even the eastern Atlantic, tropical wave has not been tagged as an invest yet. However, it does have a high likelihood of developing. 50% over the next 2 days' time, 80% chance over the next 7 days' time. And again, I'll kind of go back to the satellite presentation. There's definitely broad spin there. It's right at the kind of the center of your screen. It's not all that well organized yet. But the one thing that I do want to point out here is that the global models have been trending just a little more to the left, just a little to the west, or for you and I, it's a little closer to the United States. Let's just look at the GFS for comparison. And I'm not saying this to hype. I just want to make sure, if anything, to fight the hype, because we can add some context to this. First and foremost, you see the yellow line is the 0-0-Z run. The green line is the 0-6-Z run, the most recent run. And yeah, it's shifted a little more to the left. Trends are your friends. So as it's shifting more to the left, that's a trend in this case closer to the United States. We don't love that. But when we see them trending consistent, we have an idea. It's trending and adjusting. That means that it's trying to figure it out. Consistency breeds confidence, though. So think about it like that. We don't have consistency yet, so we'll have to see if this trend kind of plays out. Now, the latest global models obviously have taken that bit of a shift. So when we look at things, first off, the Caribbean islands probably going to need to be watching very closely. St. Croix, St. Thomas, Puerto Rico, of course, into the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Turks, Caicos. But then we have to downrange watch for this. The European brings it awful close. The American GFS brings it close. The Canadian GEM brings it in this general direction. But it's still too early. And I'm telling you this with peace and love, right? It's still too early to really have it dialed down on where this thing is going to go. And keep in mind, this thing ain't really even a thing just yet, right? It's a swirl out there in the Atlantic waters. Water temperatures are above normal in its development area, right? You can kind of see where it's expecting to form. And in that vicinity there, water temperatures are well above average, 2, 3, 4 degrees above average. So because of that, we know we've got the fuel for it. Okay. So yes, if we're coming on here doing the coffee talk thing and we're talking about the tropics, you're like, wait, what's going on? I thought the tropics were quiet. There are no named storms for right now, but there is this area here that we need to watch. Okay. Does that make sense? Tropical system heat potential. This is kind of an interesting little product. It's in an environment that doesn't have a significant amount of atmospheric heat. And I mean that by, when we look at like ocean temperatures and things like that. This is probably going to be the first system that gets close to the main area of heat this season. As a matter of fact, when we look at the storms that we have tracked this season, notice just about all of them have avoided the greatest heat. Now, do I think that this thing would tap into the greatest heat potential? No. But later in the season, the Caribbean is where the greatest atmospheric heat is. And once we get into late September and October, when we start to watch for the Caribbean, I would suspect once we tap into that, that's going to be like rocket fuel when it comes to tropical systems. So, for what it's worth, that's kind of where we're at in terms of things. Again, National Hurricane Center giving this area a high likelihood of developing. If it does, the hope is that it doesn't come anywhere near the United States. But as I had mentioned before, just kind of looking at the global models, it's too early to really be watching concerned wise, but it's not too early to be watching and saying, all right, I've got your number. It's not too early to be watching and say, all right, like we need to keep tabs. But that's the way hurricane season works. And at the end of the day, here we are. It's the 4th of September. We are approaching, right, the peak of hurricane season. September 10th is the peak of hurricane season. Next name on the list would be Gabrielle. So there's that. Now, of course, I want us to dial in and really get an idea of what the data shows. So let's look at the latest global models here and kind of see where we're at, okay? First and foremost, let's tap into the GFS, and I'm just going to run this through time, and we're going to skip right to September 11th. Okay, there's September 11th. Current run is there. Let's go back a run. Okay, so the current run is weaker. And that's the reason for the adjustment. Look at the storm system here. All right, it's a what? 1,000 millibar low. If we go back one run, it's stronger. And remember, weaker goes west. And in this case, we can clearly see that was the last run. This is the current run. Further west, but weaker. Okay, through time, strengthening, and then kind of getting trapped under a ridge of, if you look in the northeast, you see that orange kind of at the top of the screen there? That's a big, we call this a ridge over troubled water. It blocks the storm system, forcing it closer. You get a ridge over troubled water, and you get into a situation where you could be talking about a landfall. So obviously that's not an ideal situation, but there we are. Current run, last run. All right, so, and then the current run brings it awful close, strengthens it, and then that ridge shifts east, and it kind of forces it in toward like the Carolinas. Current run, last run. It's all going to come down to the placement of that big ridge, and you can see it there kind of in the northeastern United States. So that's the GFS. Certainly, we don't love that. Now, when we look at this particular run, the worst of the weather would stay off the shoreline, but this scenario would at least have us watching for some squally weather, for some very rough surf, for some life-threatening rip currents, things like that. We don't love this, obviously. It would be worse if it was like a direct landfall, etc., etc. But again, this is also, you're talking 330 hours out. This is way out there. And as I mentioned on a Facebook post today, like a lot can and will change. Okay, this, what you're looking at, is Wednesday, September 17th. All right, that's coffee talk time on Thursday, September 18th. So that's Wednesday, September. That's 8 p.m. Wednesday, September 17th. Okay. So 330 hours out. This is way out there. Way out there. Got a lot of time to track this. All right. That's the American GFS model. Let's do this. Let's come back here. Let me just get it. And I'm going to switch over to the European model. All right. There's the Euro, bringing it into the Caribbean islands, very near Puerto Rico. Small system. Turks and Caicos, Bahamas. And that's the very end of the European. That is Thursday night, the 18th, 8 p.m. Current run of the Euro. Let's go back one full run. Way different scenario. So clearly, there is that shift west. That ridge over troubled water, man. That's never a good thing. When you get that ridge over troubled water, systems like to make landfall, okay? We'll have to watch for trends, but again, we don't have consistency yet. Consistency breeds confidence when it comes to tropical systems, and as long as we don't have consistency, the confidence in whatever these models are showing remains relatively low, okay? Terry's asking, could this go into the Gulf? If it stays far enough south, sure. It's too, I mean, you're talking 300 plus hours out, so it's too early to really get going. Frank says lock in your homeowner's policy ahead of time. That's not a bad idea, right? Because what do they all say? Like you've got to, once a storm is named, you can't do a policy. So to that point, yeah, get those homeowners policies taken care of. Debbie says, "All sing like a ridge over troubled water." It's that Simon and Garfunkel song that just wasn't released. All right, so that's the latest European. Let's look at the Euro AI, and then let's dial into some ensembles together. Okay, take reset you Euro AI. Oh, look at this. So the Euro AI keeps. There it is on the Euro. So the Euro AI is either much slower or doesn't develop it. Let me go to the basin view just so I can get an idea of where we're at. All right. So the Euro AI actually doesn't really develop it. It develops it there off the coast of the southeast United States. Beforehand, it's nothing. And then it develops the next wave. And then look at that. One, two, three. You got two. One, two, three. Another one coming off of Africa. So the Euro AI is just kind of like, let's go at the end, right? Okay. So we've got that. Ensemble time. European. Let's do the GFS ensembles. We'll come back to our closer view because that's really all we're caring about here. Wait for the Hornets. They're the Hornets. All right, so where round and round they go, zero consistency really on those Hornets. All right, back to the European ensemble. Got to go to the 0Z. There's the Hornets. I mean, all over the place, right? So at this point, far too early to concern ourselves. We know that there's a high likelihood of developing, and at this point, remember, consistency breeds confidence. There continues to be this shift to the west. Thus, um, we don't have consistency yet, but we are noticing that there is a bit of a trend more toward the west, okay? So that's absolutely something that we're going to need to be watching over these next few days' time, right? Yukon says, "Sure, let's trust AI." Yeah, yeah, no, and we also know that AI is Skynet. I've seen that movie. We don't need to be trusting Skynet, but at the same time, we can at least observe, right? So, 300 plus hours out, the models are still just kind of throwing stuff at the wall to see how that plays out. So we'll be watching this very, very carefully. All right. Questions about the tropics. Otherwise, I want to introduce you to someone, and we're going to have to go for a walk to do that. So, first, before we do that, questions about the tropics. I want to make sure to address all of that. Renee, question: what is happening in the Pacific with all those hurricanes? We're getting some of that moisture this weekend? No, but again, with the Madden-Julian oscillation, if the Pacific is hot, the Atlantic is not. The Pacific is absolutely hot, but we're going in. We've got a little ribbon to go in phase these next couple of days, which is why we're going to expect to see some tropical activity. And then look how around September 19th, look at the green. The Atlantic goes green, the Pacific kind of doesn't. So Madden-Julian oscillation says the end of September, we're going to go hot in the Atlantic basin. Marie says, in Savannah, a bit concerned. You don't need to be concerned, you just need to be tracking it. That's all. Terry Ann, when will we have a better idea of how close to Florida? We've got a week or so. We're just not there yet. Okay. Cindy says, a new friend, you'll see, but the answer is also yes. Yes. Yep. Um, all right. Will it be okay to go to the parks next weekend? Absolutely. Yeah. All right. All right. We can talk more about the tropics in a little bit, but let's do this. Let's take a walk over to the newsroom together and let's go grab somebody. There's a new member of the team that I want to introduce you to. All right, let's take a walk. Julie says it looks a bit close. It's too in terms of those tropics, it's too early to tell where it's going to go. So we're going to watch and we're going to keep you up to date, okay? Yukon says it's going to be, yep, Yukon, you're right. Can I cut in, y'all? Look at this. We got a powwow over here.
Hi, hi, hi.
Good morning.
Coffee talk.
Not that I don't love you.
I know.
Meredith and I go back like 20
I
years.
had an amazing coffee talk viewer yesterday.
Oh,
Loves
did you?
Yes, yes.
Tell,
Thank
tell me
you.
more.
I know. Loves you. Joins coffee talk. So yay.
Oh, geez. All right, can I borrow you? Let's go. All right, let's do. We're gonna do the Aaron Sorkin thing. All right, walk and talk. First off, look at with the stride and everything. First off, hello, welcome. So introduce yourself. Well, let's get out of the newsroom. Hold on. Let's get over here.
Keep moving.
Yeah, let's do the Aaron Sorkin thing. All right, introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Yeah. So my name is Lindsay Sablon, and you'll see me this morning on the CW
Yep.
and on WESH. And then I'm going to be joining you guys on Sunday mornings for the new extended. Because
Yeah.
we added an
That's
hour.
right. That's right. Let's sit.
Okay.
Let's sit. All right. So we're gonna have to learn all about you. So let's. It's just the way it goes.
Interesting enough.
Well, that's all right. We're gonna sit right here.
All right.
Lighting looks decent. I mean, it's
Yeah.
fluorescence.
Yeah, make me look good.
All right. All right.
There we go.
So Lindsay. So first off, tell us your life story.
Oh, you want to go that far
We
back?
don't have to go terribly far, but
Okay.
So how did you end up here at WESH? Let's start there. Oh, baby.
I brought a prop.
Baby.
So we are a Knights family through and through. Charge on.
Yes.
So my husband is in athletics at
Yep.
UCF,
Love that.
and he took a job. He is the
Yeah.
volleyball coach.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he took a job in
Uh-huh.
January, and then my kids and I, we just moved from down the road. We were
Yeah.
in Fort Myers.
Yeah.
We finished up school there. I finished up working for another station
Yep.
there.
Yep.
And then we came up this summer,
Yeah.
and now we are rocking and rolling in Orlando.
First off, so I did the marching band at UCF, so I'm a local here.
Love that.
So the fact that there's that UCF connection, chef's kiss. So first off, you moved up here and ended up with us. Love that. There's kind of a fun connection that I learned to our staff here at WESH on your interview day.
Yes.
So she walks into the studio and Alan, you guys kind of catch each other's eye and it's like, oh, hi, tell everybody about that.
Yeah, so I was in Fort Myers for actually 10 years, and I
Okay.
was the morning anchor there. And of course, doing what we do,
Yeah.
just like sports or anything else, you're watching competition,
Absolutely.
right? You got to keep your eye on whatever everyone's
Watch that
doing.
film.
I had been watching Alan,
Yeah.
who was at a station across the street for, I believe, the last 3
Yeah,
years. And
yeah.
I felt like I knew him because, like everybody else, I
Sure.
had watched him.
Right.
But I actually got to have a conversation with him. I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's
now
so-
we're on the same team.
Right. You guys were competition. That's also why I tell all the interns, like, don't ever burn a bridge because they'll be your colleague or your boss one day.
Ew, oh.
Right?
Yes.
Well, Stephanie, our news director, was my producer 20 years ago.
Isn't that funny? It's a small
Yeah,
world.
it's a very small world. Yeah.
But Alan's a good guy, and
Yeah.
you guys got a good teammate here.
Very
Yeah.
cool. So and keep, continue to comment. This is all the comments as people
You
have come
like
through. Everybody.
Beth and David and Sonia.
Yeah.
And Debbie.
Taylor says greetings from Cape Coral, so not far down.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Hi, Cape friends.
How funny. So what do you think of Central Florida?
I love it.
Yeah.
We loved the Southwest Florida
Sure.
area. We loved the beaches.
Yeah.
That community had been through a lot with Hurricane Ian.
Absolutely.
Like we were very much still in the
Yeah.
rebuilding process. We came here and I was like, what? As probably most people in Central
Yeah.
Florida here.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, so we know the parks.
Right.
What else? And the people here have been so incredibly
Yeah.
friendly. The food scene.
Oh, it's a surprise.
Oh,
So
that is the way to my heart.
So what's funny though is like I hear that as an adult I recognize like it's gotten better. When I was a kid, Darden was here, and so the food scene was like Olive Garden, Red Lobster.
Yeah.
It has grown so much over the last 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's spot on. Favorite restaurant so far?
Oh, that's hard because we're still like testing
Yeah,
things
yeah,
out.
yeah.
And there's one place, Domu, which
Oh,
you and I were
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
We've gone twice. We've made the mistake. I don't even know if you can make a reservation there, but we've like shown up on a
Did
Friday
far,
night
yeah.
and with kids, and they're like,
Well, yeah.
yeah, that's not
Yeah,
gonna
that's
happen.
yeah.
So we have yet to try that, but I will say I just went to the Glass Knife in Winter
Oh
Park
yeah, right up the road here.
for just like
Yep.
a coffee stop, not expecting to buy any food.
Uh-huh.
box.
Oh, geez.
Pop-Tarts, donuts,
Yeah,
cookies.
yeah,
And you're
yeah.
like, well, you went in Rome, you got to
You've
try
got
it
to
all.
try this.
Yes.
Right. Well, we'll just give the kids some with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and there's a sushi place off Colonial that I keep forgetting that we
Yep.
need to try.
Yep.
We just actually, because my husband just had his birthday,
Yeah. Oh, happy
we did
birthday.
smoke made meats.
Like you made them yourself?
No,
Oh,
no,
oh,
from a place called Smoke Made
oh,
Meats.
okay.
The brisket, everybody was like, it's melting in our mouth. So if you guys have other barbecue places, let me
Okay.
know.
Four Rivers is a thing up here.
Yes, I've
It's
heard we need
it's
to taste
delicious.
too.
Yeah, yeah. And he does a lot of philanthropic work as well. So it's
Okay.
that's
We
great
love that when
stuff.
they're giving back to the community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Aaron Lowe, I used to work with Lindsay at Wink. I was on the production crew. Small
Hi.
world.
My
See,
goodness,
this
that's
is
amazing.
this is, you know,
Mario says the donuts at Glass Knife are amazing.
you know,
Tell me which one to get.
I've never had one because, well, I had bariatric surgery.
Okay.
So like sugar hits me like
Okay.
like like a punch.
Okay.
Like I'm done.
Yeah, you probably should not have a donut there.
Yeah, I mean, I can have like a nosh, but that's it. So,
Right.
so all right. So let's see. How did your kind of career through journalism take you? So we know Orlando, we know Fort Myers. Where did it start? How did that
Yeah.
work?
This is funny. So my parents were both in the Navy.
Okay.
So the way that works is they declare a residency somewhere, and that's where I would be in state. So we had lived all over the country, East Coast, West Coast, Hawaii, Guam, and about 14 years old, I'm like, this is what I want to
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
I was in state to California. The plan was always to go back there.
yeah.
And my mom, being from a naval family, they're like, what's your plan? And go,
Right. We
you
need
know,
to do
like,
this. Yeah.
and so she's like, well, where are the best journalism schools? So I ended up at Mizzou
Okay.
in the middle of the
Yeah,
country,
right.
not at the West Coast. And then I was like, okay, after that, 4 years in the middle, the middle of the country,
Yeah.
I'm going to be on the coast.
Yes.
I'm going to
Have
Hawaii
to.
or Guam.
Yes.
South Bend, Indiana was
Oh,
my first TV money.
TV is so fun.
I was the morning
Uh,
reporter for some time and then the morning anchor.
which station up there?
It was the Fox station at the
Okay.
time. It was family owned and Fox 28.
Yep.
And I planned on being, remember, in Hawaii or California, and I was doing live shots in the snow in May with the lake
In
effect snow,
May. Oh.
shivering, hand warmers
Oh
everywhere.
man. That's wild. So, and then from South Bend, you ended up in Fort Myers?
South Bend went to Denver.
Denver. Oh, back to the snow.
Denver, yeah, back to the snow. At least it melts there. You don't have to shovel it.
Okay.
I was there for some pretty crazy stuff. We
Yeah.
had the movie theater shooting. If you
Yes, I
remember
do
that.
remember that.
That was actually how I got my first gig because I did a little side jaunt, did 1 year overseas
Okay.
in Sweden. My husband was coaching a professional team, and I was asking all the stations, please, somebody hire me. And I got a phone call at 2 in the morning, and the station said, you need to come in. We've had a mass shooting, and we need all hands on
Oh
deck.
wow, yeah.
And it's always weird, as you know, in our
Oh yeah.
business, sometimes like the worst times in our community or the best are kind of what determine
Sure.
our
100%.
positions. And that moment, it was like I was working
Yeah.
and we were all hands on deck for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I was in Denver for a couple years and then Fort Myers.
Okay. And then we enjoyed the beach, clearly.
Loved the beach, went through Hurricane Irma,
Yep.
Ian, Helene, Milton. all-
Yep. All the ones that in a very different, effect. I mean, you took it right,
You
right.
guys had a lot of flooding though and
We,
stuff.
well, yeah, but we didn't have the storm surge. It's different, right?
Yeah.
I always tell people here, hurricanes hit differently than right where, if you're taking a direct landfall like you guys have. Now, we have our beaches, and while we haven't taken a direct landfall there in a good minute, right,
Knocking on
knock
all the
on wood,
wood.
that's the way that it works, right? So for you guys, my former intern was at the Fox station in Fort Myers, Andrew Shipley. It's his TV name. But anyway, which is going to be
I'm
friend.
not official enough. My name is my name.
I know. Me too. Like
Well,
my first news director did want me to change my name,
Yeah.
my last name to my middle name, but I was like, my middle name is Scott.
okay.
She's like, I want you to be Eric Scott, and I'm like, that just sounds boring.
Yeah, two first names.
Two first names. Although if you do have two first names, like no judgment.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so you've been through, so you're no stranger to hurricanes
Yeah.
and hurricane coverage or the crazy Florida news that we have.
Yeah.
I do have to ask though, so you got to the beach
Yeah.
finally when it was time, because I assume that your husband was at FGCU?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So when it was time to leave FGCU, did you say to him, we're a pair here, but we've got to be near the beach, no more snow? Like how did that work? Or is that getting too into the dynamics of the marriage?
Even
Like,
once we were leaving Fort
well,
Myers.
yeah, it was like, next job, can we try
Yeah.
to stay beachy? Or was it just kind of like, hey, I've got this
You
opportunity
know
and
what? So being in the positions that we're in are
yeah,
very specific.
yes.
We kind of had like we had done this game.
Right.
Like I'm sure
Right.
many of you guys figure out
Yeah.
like both working family members and all that stuff. And we had decided like here is the checklist
Yeah.
of what we
Yeah.
hate the
Yeah.
most.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to say the beach was a part of that. The beach is very important to
Yes.
me, but it was more like where can we both get a job?
Right.
Can
Right.
we afford to
Wi-
live there?
Very the same stuff all of us are
Yes.
having to figure out in
Yeah.
life.
But he was really excited because as you know,
Yeah.
UCF had just entered the Big 12.
Yes.
And that's huge. And a lot of times, if you think about it, big schools are in small towns, big
Right.
conference
Right.
schools, the Power Five.
Gainesville,
Right.
Tallahassee. Yeah.
Makes it hard for a TV person.
Right.
This is like the best of both worlds.
Tell all of your college friends UCF is so great.
It,
You know?
well, yes. And it's hard because Mizzou,
I get it. I get it.
he's asked me already, like, who?
Well, but it's not like we're going to be going head to head all the time
No,
in
no,
athletics.
no.
So,
And UCF is now with KU, and
right.
that was Mizzou's
Yeah.
rival. So I'm
Right.
like, oh, I'm absolutely like already like,
Yeah. Yeah. We're
I will.
down with KU.
Yeah. Sorry,
I
Jayhawks.
love that. What questions do you all have?
Yes.
As Jeannie Rowan says, compromise, compromise, compromise. Yeah. And definitely
Amen,
do not,
girl.
definitely do not stab your spouse with a
Linda,
fork.
M-I-Z-Z-O-U.
Okay, so that's the thing. See, I don't know. So have you gone to a bunch of UCF athletics events yet? Have you guys
So
just
we
gotten
went to the
settled?
first football game,
Yeah.
the Bounce House.
Yeah. Thoughts?
It's super cool.
It's different, right?
I will say, and this is like new to Florida because FGCU did not have football.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for that team because remember, it was a rain delay.
Oh, do I? So I have two kids, and it was like go to the game, rain delay, and all the people. I'm like, all right, school tomorrow morning, so I'll see you guys later. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, we have a 7
Yeah.
and a 9-year-old. We
Yeah.
were like, sorry, we're out.
Oh wow, so we're not all that far. I have a 5 and 7-year-old.
Okay.
Boom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Best times, right?
Boys or girls? Or what?
Older is girl. She's 9 going on 13. Who
Yeah.
else has that out there?
Oh,
Boy is 7.
okay.
Yeah.
So I have two boys. So they're just fight. Are yours fighting all the time?
They are either fighting all the time
Yeah.
or they are best friends, and
Okay.
I'm the enemy. I'm not sure what I like
That
better.
so. Do you have siblings?
4.
Oh my. So then, in my mind, I feel like I would rather my kids be best friends and I'm the enemy.
Yes.
Because that will carry them through.
Yes.
Versus them fight. You know what I mean?
Whenever they're fighting, I'm like, I made 2 of you.
Yeah.
So you have each other's back. Nobody else in the world will have your back.
Yeah.
So remember that.
That's true. That's true. All right. So
Okay,
some good questions
Disney
here.
or Universal? I'm relying on you guys.
With the kids, I'm going to say you're on the cusp of going to Universal, but you're still in Disney, I feel
So
like.
I'll be honest, we have not done Universal yet because we've got a little shorty in the family.
Yeah.
And I've just heard like there's not as much, but with Epic,
Yeah.
he is like, we gotta go.
Yeah,
We gotta
I-
go.
yeah.
So we've done Disney, we're gonna ease into all of it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Annual passes will eventually be your friends.
Yeah.
Because it becomes like built-in entertainment.
Yeah.
At least that's what I do with the kids. Or Cindy says we'll have to get the kids together for play
Love
dates.
it.
We'll have to do
Yes,
that fun
love
stuff.
that.
All right. Star Trek or Star Wars? These are nerds. It's weather, so there's nerds here. Or neither. It's okay.
Star Wars, but only by association
That's
to my
okay.
husband and my son.
Okay, so husband is a Star Wars guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel like we
yes.
would get along.
What is it? I don't want to
No, you're fine.
anger people. What park has the Star Wars?
Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
We did that last year, and
Yeah.
I will say, like, even I was like, okay, I'm not a Star Wars person, and I can appreciate a great production.
Yeah, it's immersive.
It is amazing.
It's
Like, down
amazing.
to the Coca-Cola bottle.
Right. Like what
So
language
cool.
is that? Oh,
Yes.
that's Tatooinean.
Yeah.
You know.
I've been to SeaWorld, Bruce, and my son has a field trip there this year.
Yep.
He's so
I
excited.
love that.
Yes.
All right. Coffee, tea, soda. How do you wake up in the morning?
Coffee.
What
And this baby
what do you have?
is I'm not a snob coffee person. It's like a pod from,
Okay.
Costco.
Oh, okay.
In my
yeah,
Keurig.
Okay.
And I do coconut milk.
Oh, look at you. Fancy.
Coconut milk.
Like that. Like that. Yeah, we don't get mad here. And even if we do, I'm kind of a
Thank you. Friendly bunch.
I'm a grumpy guy. They're very used to this grump.
Is that your
So
thing?
it's my thing. That's my thing.
Sure, you're grumpy. You don't seem grumpy.
Well, when somebody makes me mad, I
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. I'm just trying to think. So you guys have been here then. So you moved, was it December, January? I'm trying to remember.
So he moved in January
Okay.
and he was, doing all the
Yeah.
UCF stuff. We came up in July.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're still fairly new to the
Oh
area then.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm taking all suggestions.
So beaches. Have we done the beaches yet?
No.
Okay.
And I've been told like a mixed thing on the
What have you been
beaches.
told?
I feel like I've been told satellite.
Okay.
There was another one on the East Coast, and then I've been told just go to the West Coast.
I so I this may be unpopular. I love the Gulf. I
Yeah.
Clearwater to me is like my happy place,
Yeah.
but I will add New Smyrna Beach has
New
something
Smyrna.
special.
Yes,
New
I've heard.
Smyrna
Okay.
is something special.
Is there a special secret parking spot that I should know about?
That's I'm gonna depend on all of y'all.
Yeah.
I like downtown New Smyrna is charming.
Okay.
You know, downtown DeLand is charming. You're gonna learn all the stuff. Let's
My
see.
kids want to do some surfing now that we're on the like closer to the East
New
Coast.
Smyrna, although New Smyrna is the shark bite capital, I believe, of the world.
I know, but do we want
It's
to
fine.
scare people?
No, it's fine.
Like,
Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. But it's just because the jetty and it kind of gets
right.
murky sometimes. So listen, do you walk outside with the threat of getting hit by a car? Sure, you walk
Can
outside.
we just take Chopper 2 over every weekend and
You know, the answer is yes. And all it takes is money. Let's see here. Come visit Mount Dora is lovely.
Oh, our managing
Lovely.
editor Stephen was telling me
Yes.
all, and I heard
Lovely.
antiquing.
Yes.
Okay,
Lovely.
so Mount Dora I got to add to the list.
Yep. Karen says, lived in Melbourne most of my life, but went to Ringling and Sarasota and lived there about 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Love the Gulf. I mean, it's just they're two different things, right? You're not going
Flagler's
to
got good surfing.
Flagler's beautiful. Plenty of parking there.
Okay.
And the sand is like almost an orange. It's wild. It's like such a difference.
Okay.
It's a world Hammock Beach. If there's a big resort up there, it's beautiful.
Okay,
there.
I'll
Yeah.
remember all that.
Manalfi does like Cocoa Beach. Yeah, we're just throwing a bunch of stuff at you. I'm
gonna have to do like the
yeah, yeah.
Oh, can I come back another day on Coffee Cast and
Yeah.
talk to
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Okay. Coffee talks.
We are here. We love. Yeah. We love having guests.
Okay.
What questions do you have? Listen, this is like a brain. I use them like a focus group every day.
Okay.
Like I'm not just doing this 7 days a week to tell them about the weather. I'm also waiting for them to ask me the questions. So
Yeah.
what questions do you have for the brain trust about living in Central Florida?
Okay. I really want to dive into kind of what is it impacting you safety wise.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to just think about physical safety. I want you to think about financial safety,
Yeah, right.
emotional safety. I got our property tax bill recently,
Yep.
like letting me know what's going on.
Yep.
When we moved, I feel like I'm a fairly smart individual. When we moved here, I
Yeah.
got a bunch of flyers in the mail that was like, scan this QR code for this. I only got one though the first day. And I'm like,
Right.
oh, well, maybe this is something new
Yep.
they're
Yep.
doing. And now I'm looking into, okay,
Scams
it's
and
a
things.
scam.
Oh
And
wow.
who oversees it? How can they help me? So, what do you guys want me? I'm listening.
Yeah.
Tell me what you care about, what you feel like we're not listening enough about, because I want to start digging into
Yeah.
that,
Love that.
making sure that we're spending our money
Right.
wisely. We're living smartly. Like it's hard.
Yeah. Well, life is
is
hard, man. And as a parent, you're trying to raise these little ones to be good people, and then people are coming at you trying to scam you out of money, and
You
you
guys,
know,
e-bikes. And I know Megan just talked to that
right,
young kid who was hit and
right.
everything. Oh my goodness. E-bikes are a conversation in my household right
Yeah.
now. Like, does my 9-year-old get one or not?
You're in that age, right?
These are the kind of things I want to hear about. And I'll make sure I get my Facebook up here too, so you guys can mention it to
So
me.
Vanessa says mosquitoes, HOAs.
Oh,
Yeah.
HOAs,
HOAs.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Junk mail, yeah.
Oh yeah.
XO. I almost fell for the toll text.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so hard. Like things are flying at you 1,000 miles a minute. So tell me, please, I'm going to go back and write a lot of these down,
Right.
but always reach out to me because I want to make sure we're doing
I
that.
just love Mike. Being a former New Yorker, I live by just don't trust anyone.
Mike, not just New Yorkers.
I feel like that's just the way that the world works.
Yeah.
So let's see. So we're getting settled in. Where are we going to be able to watch you on Wesh 2?
I'm so excited for this. So I am going to be joining you on Sunday morning. Actually, in a little while, I'm going to just pop in with Sonica
Yep.
and Jason
Yep.
and say hi, and then also in the noon. But Sunday morning, we have 5 to 8. Let me make sure I get
Good.
this
That's
right.
correct.
which you guys know about.
Yes.
But we've also launched now the extended sunrise. So I'll be joining you again from 9 to 10 o'clock.
Yep.
So for my folks who like to sleep in, I get it. And my kids were like, when can we watch you, mommy? I'm like, wait till 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
Sleep
9
in
o'clock.
So daddy's
Yeah.
not grumpy, you know? So I'll be back on air on Sunday morning from
Yeah.
9 to 10.
And then you'll be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as well?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Yep. And that's when I want to get here all the things you care about
Yeah.
impacting you. And we'll try to dig into some of those topics. The
Love
team
it.
here is already doing such a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I'm just going to lean into them.
I mean, I don't have to sell you. You have the job. So, but like I grew up watching this station. It's such a great team. Stephanie, our news director, is fantastic. And I'm not just saying that because she's my boss. Like I've known her for 20 years. Meredith, I've known for 20 years. There's so many people. Like I grew up watching Gail Pascal Brown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just like this is a special place, and in a world where credibility is not to be taken for granted, that newsroom is full of people that put that first, and I know you're going to be great. So
I've
look
been all
forward to that.
across the country in this business, and to see veterans
Yeah.
who stay.
Yeah.
You mentioned Gail, and I hope I don't get this wrong. It's Michelle Meredith,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Like, love her packages
Oh
too.
my gosh. She's the Jeannie Mose of Central Florida,
Yes,
right?
yes. Yes, like it speaks volumes when you have people who stick around that long.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions, you guys?
Yes.
Let's see here. Bu- 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 Elderly scams. I've been doing bills for my mother-in-law, and it's scary how many phishing attempts I've seen in that demo. That's
Okay.
interesting. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to see if there's an economic crimes unit with one of our sheriff's offices. We had that a lot in Fort Myers,
Mhm.
Naples area
Yeah.
because it skews a little bit
Sure.
older.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we've even gone out before and like gone into communities and done little 101s.
Yeah.
Here's what to look for.
That's a
This is
great
what's kind
idea,
of coming
yeah.
up. So we'll see if we can do some of that.
If anybody's watching from another station, don't listen to what she's saying,
Oh
okay?
yeah. No, we're
Because
not doing any
we're
of
not
that.
doing any of that here. UCOT says Gail Pascal Brown is the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Building department standardization on inspection requirements. Some of these jurisdictions have gone nuts, costing everyone money. Interesting. I guess I wouldn't have thought about that.
Inspection requirements. Okay.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
All right.
See, I'm telling you, they are a focus
Yes.
group.
I am gonna just start having to make a weekly appearance
Oh,
with you.
it's great. They're good. Some of them are knuckleheads. Some of them are knuckleheads.
Okay.
But you take the good with the bad.
Tells you how it is too, I see.
Oh yeah, listen. You got to keep everybody in line. They keep me in line. So yeah. All right. Well, listen. Great to meet you. You've got to go
Thank
do
you.
TV.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Look
having
forward
me
to working with you.
joining.
How long until we do a show together, I wonder?
Hopefully soon.
It's got to be.
Hopefully
It's got to
soon.
be. All right. Very good.
Nice to meet all of
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Sunday morning. So are you on this Sunday?
I'm
Oh,
jumping in.
boom goes the dynamite. You're gonna love that teleprompter. That AI teleprompter.
Someone said something about AI. I'm like, oh, we know about AI.
AI teleprompter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I do business in Fort Myers and here. See, Paul?
Hey, Paul.
There it
My
is.
friend.
Very good. Yeah, don't believe in the free dinner. There's no such thing as free dinner. We know that.
Yeah, where?
It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk to you
Thanks,
soon.
guys.
Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you. All right. Lindsay, she's wonderful. Stephanie got another winner. What can I say? What can I say? All right. I resemble that remark. All right. You guys have any other questions, comments, concerns? We've moved back to weather. Sorry. But do we have any other questions, comments, concerns, weather-wise? She's great, isn't she? Great to meet her, Jeannie Rhodes says, right? Yeah, it's fun. I love we've gotten to the point now where Coffee Talk is big enough that we get to meet the new anchor. Matt, whoa, let's talk about the jukebox we just saw in the back. Oh, in the in the Peacock Cafe. Yeah, there's a jukebox. We try to make it a neat space. That's all. We try to make it a neat space. Oh yeah, Chris is talking about future guests. We haven't even touched our local forecast. Let's do that real quick here. I apologize. It's beautiful outside right now. Look at that. New Smyrna Beach, sun-kissed. Oh my gosh, it's pretty. First warning, live Doppler radar taking us around Central Florida. Did have a couple of showers earlier this morning. It's all off the shoreline now. Temperatures out the door, mid to upper 70s, looking great. Forecast today does have some showers, but the overall coverage is a bit lower today, about 20-30%, so not too much. We'll dial up Futurecast and kind of get an idea of where we're at. All right, and this morning, maybe a coastal shower. but really by about 3:30, 4 o'clock, a few showers, a few spotty showers, and that's it. Look at 3:30. You're doing okay. All right? All right. That's all I've got. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. We'll see you today. I'll do a reel for the afternoon model data just to kind of get you updated on all that stuff. But in the meantime, go make it a great Thursday and I will see you later. Bye.